And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Guys, in today's video, as always, here to bring you up to date with all of the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours. That includes our title. Yes, a shock twist leaves Rangers fans ecstatic. We'll be discussing that, of course, in detail a little bit later on. But first, I just want to fire some digs because I've just seen constantly on social media about how Celtic were going to be beating Borussia Dortmund out at the BVB Stadion, and let's just say that was a pretty funny result, wasn't it? 7-1. As I said, not beating Borussia Dortmund is for everybody. I think the Celtic fans had a false presence or a false bit of feeling in regards to them beating Slovan Bratislava, who should, quite frankly, be in the Europa Conference League at home. And then they thought they could go and wipe. I think it's the arrogance, actually, on social media about Celtic going over to the BVB Stadion and beating Bayern. I think Owen Hargreaves at the start was saying that Brendan Rodgers will be quote-unquote licking his lips about them going to the BVB Stadion and getting a win. I don't know what Celtic people have been watching, but Celtic don't win in Europe. Slovan Bratislava are not a Champions League team, quite right. They're from Slovenia. What team do you know from Slovenia or Slovakia, one of the two? And they should be in the Conference League. So, yeah, as stated, not everyone can beat Borussia Dortmund on their own home turf. And to be fair, the Borussia Dortmund back then was a lot better. Jude Bellingham and co all there in the team as well. So, yeah, a very funny story. And hopefully they humbled themselves now that, you know, playing well in Europe isn't for everybody. Having said that, Lyon, of course, have arrived in Glasgow. Coach has been vandalised, and here's hoping that Rangers don't, of course, get themselves on the other end of a bad result. I mean, Lyon at this moment in time are a bit in transition. Started the season pretty poorly, but their last two games would suggest that they are picking up form. One pretty late in their last game at the weekend in Ligue 1. And again, it's going to be a tough test. They've, of course, beaten us before at Ibrox, the year we went to the Europa League final. But look, listen, I think this is a different sort of Lyon team. This is a different kind of Rangers team. So let's see what happens. Let's hope that Ibrox factor can hang us over the other side. But Lyon, of course, a blockbuster tie that I'm very much looking forward to. Just keeping on the Champions League front, guys, of course, a lot of Rangers fans have taken to social media. Basically, from another French side in action last night, obviously beating RB Salzburg 4-0. Brest, of course, been hitting the headlines for the right reasons. And, of course, Seema, former Rangers player, scored 2 goals last night. Seema is on an absolute mission at this moment in time so far this season. Again, not so much in Ligue 1. He's not been that great in Ligue 1, just got 1 assist so far. But certainly in the Champions League, he's actually looking like a really, really good player. Already in the Champions League, he's played 2 matches, started 2 and scored 3 goals with another brace last night. And a lot of Rangers fans actually looking at that situation and going, wow. You know, the fact that we're paying £4.5 million for Oscar Cortez at the end of next season due to the obligation to buy, and he's constantly injured, made out of Weetabix. The fact that we've paid a certain fee, I think, a bit of money for Cherney to come on loan. Fans were rightly wondering and debating why the board didn't just sanction a deal for Seema when the boy was literally willing to walk to Glasgow. The guy was literally waiting for a move to Glasgow. But yeah, obviously disappointing that we never really got that one over the line because he's another player that's going to go to the very top of the game, and he's doing it on the biggest stage in the Champions League, and is going to be one of those ones where we put down as Malik Tillman. What if we could have got this player? So yeah, super unfortunate. I understand the fans' criticism over the us not being able to get the signing over the line, but yeah, I suppose that's what it is. Now, moving, of course, over to that shock twist everyone is talking about. That's left Rangers fans ecstatic. Actually, yesterday, whilst I was recording the video, I basically said a plea to Philippe Clement. No, not a plea, obviously, but I did state that Philippe Clement needed to sort this Hagi situation out because it was kind of coming to a point where it was getting a bit embarrassing. And the fact that the Romanian president was actually coming out and speaking about the situation. And I just felt that you know, money aside, I did understand the situation in regards to Hagi, that maybe if we had to pay an advert of £1.5 million to Genk, or that his contract extension was going to be triggered, and I fully got it. I fully understood why the club were trying to stand firm. However, there was a feeling, of course, reports close to inside Rangers sources stating that those sort of things had been ironed out, and that Hagi was basically just rotting away in the B team for the sake of rotting away in the B team. Now, of course, it has been announced that he is back with first team training again with the Rangers first team, and it could be a part of plans under Philippe Clement. Of course, won't be able to make an impact this week in the European squad and maybe till after Christmas. But what I'm starting to see, guys, that this shock twist of him actually getting back into the first team again has left a lot of fans, a lot of Rangers fans ecstatic. A lot of Rangers fans are super excited at what the future could entail for Yanis Hagi, and feel that, you know, he could be a player that could make a difference. And I said yesterday in the live stream when we announced the story that I think, you know, he could be a dangerous man. He's got sort of everything to prove, nothing to lose, if you like. Guy's been in exile for many months, but has everything to prove. And whether that's trying to be staying at Glasgow Rangers, whether that's trying to get the best possible move for himself, he's got everything to prove to this team. And a dangerous man in a dangerous position, back against the wall, can probably warrant some dangerous results. And I'm really excited to see what this Yanis Hagi can do. We know the boy's got talent. He's done it with Romania in the last international break. He was doing really well with Romania, actually, and that's when it started to kickstart the sort of cries from the fans saying, well, look, get Hagi back into the first team. So let's see what he's doing. B team, he's been keeping himself fit as well. He's been scoring a couple of goals every single game by the looks of things as well. So look, listen, at the end of the day, I think it's a good decision. I don't think he's the best player in the world. I've said that many times, but certainly a player that could have an impact, and a player that is a good enough player to make an impact within this current crop that we've got. You know, the fact that players, I know they're playing different positions, but the fact that Kieran Dowell gets minutes and Yanis Hagi couldn't get minutes doesn't make any sense at all in my right mind, to be fair. So yeah, Rangers fans rightfully so ecstatic about the proposition of Yanis Hagi coming, of course, back into the team. Yesterday we also seen Dijon Sterling sign a new contract as well. Again, I announced that in the live stream, but sign a new contract also. So yeah, that's your 24-hour roundup, guys. But yeah, main headline today, guys, Rangers fans ecstatic after the shock twist that emerged last night. Rangers fans, let me know your thoughts of Hagi being back into the team. Let me know your thoughts on the result at the BVB Stadion yesterday. And of course, let me know your thoughts on everything Rangers down in the comments. Give me your early score predictions for the game against Lyon. Thank you, guys. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.